Welcome back. Today we're exploring something truly special, the inclusive living pillar and the program that brings it to life, Best Buddies Living, or BBL for short. Imagine a place where people with and without intellectual and developmental disabilities live together, support each other, and grow in a shared community. That's what inclusive living is all about. Let's dive in and see what it's all about. Most people take for granted the chance to choose where and with whom they live. But for people with IDD, that choice isn't always guaranteed. Inclusive living changes that by creating integrated housing opportunities where everyone belongs. Best Buddies Living is the only inclusive housing program for people with IDD that offers a non-institutional model, bringing together individuals with and without IDD to build meaningful connections and share everyday life under one roof. So, what does inclusive living really look like? Picture a place where people of all abilities live side by side as roommates, neighbors, and friends. They cook together, work out, go to events, and support each other through everyday life. They're setting goals, gaining confidence, and growing as individuals. And at the heart of it all, they're building real, lasting friendships, the kind that make Best Buddies more than just a program. Let's talk location, because where you live makes a big difference. Every Best Buddies Living residence is intentionally placed near a college or university. But we're not just in the neighborhood, we're part of the campus community. Depending on the school, residents may have access to awesome perks like campus events, meal plans, and job opportunities. Ready to see it for yourself? Let's watch this video and experience the magic of Best Buddies Living in action.
Best Buddies Living is an inclusive living program for people with and without disabilities to live with one another, do social events together, and also work on those independent living skills.
We just create the scaffolding within Best Buddies Living to allow this natural relationships to form.
It may seem a bit weird, being away from home at first, but, eventually after you settle in, and you get used to living in your new area, specifically here, I think they'll enjoy it. The fact that it's a great place to live, and the fact that it's in a safe neighborhood is really, really great.
Creating a program that really has everything narrowed down, where it's kind of like a seamless transition, I think is super important.
I sleep, I study, I hang out.
Everything that Best Buddies does, it's just the highest caliber, the highest quality. If parents could come and see it and see how it works, I think it would take away a lot of their fears. And the amount of support is unbelievable.
The university is in partnership with the new Best Buddies Living program. So Vince is a support staff, and so I think those are all the behind the scene things that people don't often notice, but really allow us to get our jobs done. And Best Buddies chapter here is really wonderful, and we have a long tradition of this organization here at Catholic University. We have different seasonal kind of events with the students and the buddies, and any opportunity to bring some of our friends onto campus, just connecting our college students to this wonderful family of Best Buddies. What I love about the Best Buddies program, and particularly Best Buddies Living, is all you have to do is introduce someone to your friend or to your colleague. And once you get to know them, I think all those differences kind of dissipate.
This is the bedroom of one of our residents. Sometimes we do group dinners in one of the common spaces. You should look at it as like meeting anyone else, and you will learn about that person.
When we talk about Best Buddies Living, this isn't just an accident. We are intentionally creating inclusive living spaces, and we are intentionally focusing on inclusion.
To me, it was an automatic yes.
Let's talk about how Best Buddies Living actually comes to life. We use what we call the co-living model. This model offers shared apartments with common spaces, leased through a developer. A manager and support team are nearby. And residents can still enjoy all the perks of college life. The main goal? Creating vibrant, inclusive communities where everyone can live, grow, and thrive. And yes, each one requires annual fundraising support to keep it running strong. The Best Buddies Living program is growing nationwide. Best Buddies hopes to bring this model to more communities across the country and one day, around the world. The goal is simple: to create more choice, more dignity, and more inclusion for people with and without IDD. Want to see where we're building inclusive communities? Visit bestbuddies.org/living to explore our current cities and university partners. Now that you know where we are, let's talk about who helps make it all happen: our amazing residential managers. At Best Buddies Living, our residential managers do more than keep things running smoothly. They are peers who live in the community, not as caregivers, but as friends and supporters. It's a mutual exchange that benefits everyone. They offer support, guidance, and coaching in money management, independent living skills, healthy relationships, health and wellness, and social skills. It's all part of helping residents build the confidence and independence to thrive, both in the home and beyond. To sum it all up, inclusive living is about more than a roof over your head. It's about independence, connection, and dignity. It's where inclusion is not just talked about, it's lived every single day. Want to dive deeper or review something again? You can rewatch this video anytime or visit bestbuddies.org/living and also check out the New Hire Series resource page. Keep exploring and keep learning.